That's why I took a quick photo. So how this works is that you take out your cell phone and you go to your SMS. I'm sure many of you guys know where your text messaging folder is. And what you do is once you go onto your SMS folder, if you have a Blackberry, you go to compose a text message. So right now you can see it says compose SMS. And once you do create a new text message on the Blackberry, you hit use once. And you enter a phone number, which is the Crime Stoppers number. So what you do is, if you have a Blackberry or a regular cell phone, you hit what type of address, you click on phone, and what number do you put to submit a tip online. Now, Crime Stoppers tip number is 274637. And how that works is once you submit that number on your cell phone and start to write your text message, you have to type in the first 3 letters of your city. So we're in Toronto, and you type in T-O-R. And after you type T-O-R, you type in your text message, and an officer at the Toronto Crime Stoppers will receive your text message anonymously. So how it's going to work is, once again, you type Toronto, T-O-R, and then the text message of your tip. And once you send that tip, what happens is you're going to get a text message back from Crime Stoppers confirming that we received your tip. And how this message looks is that it says text message received. Your alias is T2L2. Now obviously your code is going to be different once you submit a tip. But once you submit a tip, every case is different, so you're going to get a different number every time you submit a tip. So your alias is extremely important because, as Scott mentioned, Toronto Police does give out rewards if the case is solved. And the reason why your alias is extremely important is because you could use the alias and call back and check up on your case. So let's say you submitted a tip saying someone's going to get hurt tomorrow, and you call back the next day and give your alias. The police officer will probably ask you, yes, I'm looking at your tip right now, and we do have a police officer there at that school. Thank you for your tip. But if you call Crime Stoppers without your alias and say, yeah, I called about the tip, you know which tip I'm talking about, the police officer that's going to answer you back will probably say, I don't know what tip you're talking about, because we get hundreds of tips every day. So that's why when you do submit a text message, it's important to remember your alias. Now, what happens next is once you submit your tip, Toronto Police doesn't get your phone number. What happens is your tip goes through a company that takes your phone number and removes your phone number and sends it to Toronto Police. Toronto Police will then get the tip, and it doesn't show your phone number. Instead, it'll show your alias and your tip. What happens is, once that tip goes through the Toronto Police officer, he could text you right back and say, hey, thanks for this tip, can you tell us so forth and so forth. Now, if you don't want to receive a text message back to get more information from you, you could text stop to the same number and you won't get any replies at all. So what happens is, let's say you didn't provide enough information on your tip, a police officer who receives your tip can text you back right then.